Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a beautiful Monday morning. I'm with three of my favorite people on the Wider Network. Fellas, how was your weekend?
What's up? What's up?
Busy, very busy.
Very busy, huh, Mo?
Oh yeah.
Gene, what's up? We got the NFL genius with us, man. And with NFL season coming.
I'm dying. The humidity is beating the crap out of me. 3 more softball games yesterday. Had a 13-hour workday Saturday. I got a good night's sleep. We'll just say that.
Well, what you got for us this morning with WWE, big dog?
All right. According to a report from a person who I can't stand, Mr. Dave Meltzer, there's been an internal memo over at WWE saying that they have 3 people they want to target as their future superstars: Braun Breaker, Rhea Ripley, and Mr. Fatu. My question is this: does this designation hurt people who are trying to come up in the ranks, like a Montez Ford, or maybe someone who's been impressive in NXT? But because you've designated 3 people, these 3 people, as your future superstars, does it hurt that progress too? Mo, I'll start with you.
First of all, maybe I'm missing this, but I thought Rhea Ripley was already a superstar. I thought she was already one of the biggest stars, if not as big as anybody in all of WWE.
Yep.
So I don't. Maybe what they meant is continue keeping her at the top because she's already there. I don't know about designating Breaker or even Jacob Fott. They're terrific, and I think you should push them. But a guy like Montez Ford, I think he's being held back as a tag team wrestler. Everything you could want, personality, in ring, his talent, he should be elevated already. They're holding him back. And then you've got incredible talent on the next roster. Like, I love Jacob Fatu, but a guy like Obafemi, he's ready to pop now. He's ready to go now. They're trying to keep him in next to hold him back. I don't mind the people they're pushing. I will say this: a guy like Breaker, his style of wrestling, his skill set, I don't know if he's going to have a long career.
Yeah.
I don't think you can have a long career doing what he does.
Gene, what are you thinking, man?
So I can see Braun and Fatu, but Rhea Ripley is already, she's already popped. I think that Jacob Fatu is a superstar. And when you watch him, and I think he can be one of the biggest baby faces. And I think that there's some nepotism that happens in the WWE as far as the family. And what I mean by that is, Jacob Fatu from the family, Braun Breaker from the Steiner family. A lot of these guys are born and bred into that. And even Dominic Mysterio, but Dominic put in his work, right? But they're pushed into that main roster because of what their family has accomplished. I'm not saying that they're not talented, but like Mo said, Obafemi is another one that is 100% ready. And there's other guys on the roster. Montez Ford's a great example. If I was Bianca Belair, I would 100% be utilizing my power in the WWE to, just like The Rock and Roman use theirs, to push Montez. I agree with Cottrell saying Braun is Bobby Lashley. I think that's a very, very good point. I think that Braun's just a little bit more of I think he's a better in-ring performer than Bobby Lashley is. So, but I think he definitely needs a Paul Heyman. He definitely needs a Mike Peace. I think he can get there, but you're absolutely right. They're definitely pushing some people over others.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's a good thing, but we'll see. We'll see. How time will only tell. And the last thing I got this morning, fellas, are we ready for that Cody Rhodes heel turn? Are we ready for it?
I've been calling for the home.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all here for it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. We saw it on SmackDown Friday night. And I'm excited. I'm ready for him to turn heel. It's gonna be a fun ride, boy. And shout out to John Cena. John Cena is doing some of his best work. Also shout out to Naomi too, for winning the championship and doing her best work. Do you guys think she'll be champ past SummerSlam? I think she will.
Hold on, let me answer the Cody Rhodes heel turn first.
Mm.
I personally have been calling for the Cody Rhodes Homelander heel turn for 7 months.
Oh yeah.
But what bothers me is, I'm almost hoping it doesn't happen at SummerSlam the way I think it's going to happen. What bothers me is they're making it too obvious. And what I mean by that is I can tell you the ending of SummerSlam already. And I hope I'm wrong. Like, I don't want to, like, here's a spoiler, right? Cody wins. The Rock comes out and starts berating Cena for losing. Cody steps in between them. Hey, stop. Setting up for the John Cena face turn. Pushes Rock away. Gives John Cena a hug. And The Rock does the... And then Cody low blows Cena, separating the exact opposite of what happened. Like the 360. It's 100% what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that I can already tell you how it's going to happen. Cody wins. He does a little bit of dirty tricks to win. Cena's out there. The Rock's just addressing him and like dressing him down, pointing his face. Cody gets involved. And then it looks like Cody's going to usher John Cena in the back to being a face. And you're going to get the exact opposite. So I think that's what's going to happen. I guess we'll find out. I guess I could be wrong. Naomi better keep the damn title past something.
Yeah.
That is going to piss me off if they take the title off her after one of the best cash-ins and getting her Money in the Bank. That's going to bother me. But I could definitely see a world in which Rhea Ripley leaves the WWE Women's Champion.
I hope you're wrong. I hope Naomi. I hope they give her some respect and give her a real run. That's all I'm saying. At least past SummerSlam, give her some respect. She's been a tremendous performer in WWE for a long time. And I would say at many times in her career, she's been underused. Yeah. So like give her a run, give her a legitimate run. Rhea doesn't need to have the belt around her waist to be the biggest thing in the women's division. She doesn't. Right. And Io's a star on her own too.
It killed me on Monday night because she took some heat from what she did to Io in that promo that they did when Io was talking to her. And Naomi said, I don't understand what the hell you just said, but get your ass to the back of the line. She caught some heat from that for fans. It's like, man, y'all need to stop, man. It was a promo. It was a great promo. And what she did was very heelish and fantastic. I got to give it up to Naomi.
It was also honest.
Yep,
how many times have we listened to Io and go, I didn't understand half of that?
Yep.
It was honest.
I can't stand that she took heat for that. The whole crowd loved it. They start laughing hysterically. Yeah. I thought that was a great line, but I don't really care if she catches heat. Jeremy said, is John Cena tired of being a heel? I think that his goal was always to end as a babyface. I think that doing it after SummerSlam makes the most sense to give him a true farewell few months. And then Cottrell says, I think there's 35% chance Naomi holds past SummerSlam. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to bother me if they take that title away from her that quick.
Me too.
I'm going to be calling Triple H and say, hey, I'm going to write a nicely worded email to Triple H.
Gene got the hotline at the WWE. He got the hotline. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm more excited between everything that's gone down in wrestling. WB as a recent TNA Slammiversary last night. If you did get a chance to see that, definitely check that out. It was a decent show. We got AJ Styles coming back to TNA for about 3 minutes, but hey, we may get a match out of him at some point in TNA to wrap up his career. I'm excited about pro wrestling, and I can't wait to see what goes on moving forward. That's all.
Will the TNA thing? I just want to say that this is what WWE, TNA, all these companies need to stop doing the fake. They're really injured. I can't stand what they did last night with Trick.
Yeah,
I thought that was really stupid.
Old.
I hated it. I can't stand when they pretend these guys have real injuries and like the officials stop them from touching them. Because I'm gonna say it now, and you guys might all call me stupid. I think Seth Rollins' injury is a ruse.
No, I don't call you stupid though. It's a word.
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy to say at all. We've seen works like that in the past. So
I think it's a work.
Yeah. But that's all I got, man.
If it wasn't a work, Will, I'm sorry, go right there, Carmike. Right. But if it wasn't a work, why have they not confirmed that his ACL's torn? Why?
Right, because they still haven't said anything.
Because they're trying to hold out the SummerSlam because he's going to cash in at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a work. And that's plan B. That's plan B. We've already, that's what plan B is. When I just, in my opinion.
Oh, Cottrell said Hardy Boys 3D in October.
I am not here for that.
Yeah, I'm dead with you. I'm dead with you, Gene. I didn't even know Devon could wrestle again after his surgery.
I don't want to see the old boys no more. I don't want to see them no more. Like them jokers are like an old country and western band. I don't want to see them in the ring anymore. They need to stop, man.
Oh man, but that's all I got, man.
Fellas, RG3, man. He been getting dog walked on the internet for the simple fact that he went on his podcast and was saying that Angel Reese really doesn't like Caitlin Clark. Now, granted, we all know when it comes to basketball, there's been a lot of people in the 80s and 90s who really didn't like each other, right? So it ain't nothing new that happened in the NBA. But I think at the simple fact that this is like the WNBA's Magic and Bird situation happening right now, because Magic and Bird didn't like each other until they met each other on a Converse commercial. You know what I mean? They had to shoot a Converse commercial together. Yep. But before, if that never happened, they still would not like each other to this day, because that's just the way the dynamic was. Like, you needed a pillar between black and white, let's be honest. And that was Magic and Bird for the NBA. And I think at this point, the WNBA is slow, decades slow, but this is their pillar that they're coming across. Like, Nick Grant, we didn't have social media back then, right? So it wasn't as blown up with Magic and Bird as it is with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But RG3 had some comments. Then all of a sudden, he posted up a meme during his podcast, and he had his lady in the background of the podcast, and they had Angel Reese on the cover of 2K26 with a gorilla suit on, and that didn't take well, and Shaq didn't like it. So, fellas, how did you feel about RG3 and the way he was acting towards Angel Reese? He a football player, for one, so he don't know how the game goes in basketball. He thinks that just because Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese extra hard, that's not okay, because Angel Reese wanted to fight after that. There's been plenty of fights in the NBA. Like, Kobe got punched right in the mouth. Chris
Childs.
Mm-hmm.
Two-pieced him.
Right? Yeah. So, like, I don't like RG3 is blowing his way out of proportion, but that's just what I think about the boy. But have y'all seen this interview this podcast with this guy?
I try to avoid RG3's podcast.
Yep. Me too.
When he originally came out, and the whole thing with him, Ryan Clark, came out about a month ago, I actually sided with him. I thought it was wrong that Ryan Clark brought his wife into it, and it made me sick to side with him. And for the last month, it has proven me why I should never have sided with him. I'm serious. I'm serious when I say that. Like, I'm not. It bothers me so much that RG3 has a platform. He is Jason Whitlock all over again. He is a guy that says just dumb shit that he shouldn't say, and he is so tone deaf to what is going on in reality. Once again, the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese stuff, I'm dead. It's dead to me. I'm tired of talking about it. It is a beaten topic, a beaten horse. I'm done with it. But when it becomes about RG3 making not light, but making everyone aware of a racist meme or a racist picture depicting Angel Reese on the cover of 2K the way they did, and then putting a full soliloquy in the middle of it about how he was right, like, as he's talking about it. I got nothing to say about RG3, man. He is awful.
Mo, what you got to say about RG3 and his comments, man?
I feel like the same way Skip Bayless built up his following by living off of the Cowboys and LeBron James hate, RG3 is living for clicks by keeping this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. I mean, he he's building up his podcast following, love him or hate him, on the back of something that's not even there. There's no there.
What they say, Mo, any publicity is good publicity.
I guess. Look, maybe we need to go that route and do low hanging fruit. I don't know. I mean, and he's an idiot, and people listen to him. So, look, I don't want to give that guy a whole lot of air because I think he's a moron. So I think he's talking about he's making up stuff out of the air that's not there. There's no there. So I'm not going to get into him.
Love it.
Will, how you feel about RG3?
He's trying to build his career like Nick Ron did. Remember when Nick Ron first started talking about Michael Jordan, that LeBron was better than Michael, and ever since then he ain't had two good words to say about Michael. This guy's an idiot. It was embarrassing for me as a brother to see him take that picture of Angel Reese, which nobody was looking at until it made his podcast. Then everybody started looking at it and giving it credence. I don't like this dude. The way that he described things for clicks and views is just disgusting. And this whole thing about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark not liking each other is old hat now. It's old. We need to stop talking about that and have a better discussion about the WNBA and not just those two players.
Yeah, indeed. Gene, the NFL genius, Pro Football Focus, top 50 players heading into the 25-26 NFL season. I'm going to give you the top 5. At number 1, Myles Garrett. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Joe Burrow. Number 4,
Lamar
Action Jackson. At number 5, Mr. Josh Allen. How do you like this top 5 heading into the season?
It's perfect. First of all, the top 50 is almost perfect. I mean that when I say this. I don't know how they did it or what they did it or like how it came across. I seen Jalen Hurts was at 50. I was like, all right, let me see how many quarterbacks are in between 5.
Number 50 is crazy.
It's not. It's not
for Jalen?
No, I'll get into that. I'll get into that in a minute. Is that a topic? Is that something we're talking about?
I mean, go say what you got to say about the top 5 and get right into it. I need to understand why you think Jalen Hurts need to be at 50.
I think that him being at 50 is fine because he's the 5th quarterback listed on the list. I think the 4 quarterbacks that are listed ahead of him are absolutely the 4 quarterbacks that should be listed ahead of him. I love the order. I love how Myles Garrett is unbelievable. He's unblockable. I don't mind him being number 1. Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson, Allen is my exact order of the quarterbacks. Even the way that you got to understand, once you get past those 4, there's the rest of the NFL quarterbacks. There's a gap. And for PFF to have that gap between 5 to 50 before they placed another quarterback on there, I was fine with that. Jordan Mailata is 11. I love that. Like I looked at that entire list and I thought it was well done.
George Kittle was number 9. He was a dog, yes, but number 9 over Hurts.
He's the best tight end in football.
Mm-hmm.
PFF rewards the best at their position constantly. They always do that. George Kittle right now is the best tight end in football. He blocks. And by the way, a lot of things people don't know about George Kittle is George Kittle's probably a top 3 blocking tight end. Not to mention he's a top 3 pass catching tight end. Not to mention he's a top 3 teammate. George Kittle's the best tight end in football right now. That's fine.
Mo, how you feel about this list?
I mean, I'm good with where the quarterbacks are. I would have thought Hurts would have been a little further up. The thing about Myles Garrett is I'm not here to say he's not a great player, but I don't know if I would have him number 1. I mean, he starts seasons off really well. He doesn't finish seasons off really well. So I don't know why I would have him number 1. Like the guy have double-digit sacks at like the 10 or 11 week mark, and then he might get 1 or 2 the rest of the season. Like I think he's a great talent. When you say number 1, I feel like you're saying he's the best football player in the NFL. I don't think he's the best football player in the NFL. So I wouldn't have him at number 1.
Yeah, one is that's a bit high for him.
I wouldn't have him 1.
He never even sniffed the Super Bowl. So Will, for top 5, how you like it, man?
I don't have a problem with it, with the exception of where I agree with Mo. in terms of the number one. I don't think Myles Garrett deserves to be the number one player. I think that should be Patrick Mahomes. That's just me. But other than that, I don't have a problem with that list.
I agree.
I
Patrick
should have
Mahomes,
said that
man,
too.
hands down. He like, granted, Patrick Mahomes is like LeBron in the NFL, bro. Averaging 27, 7 and 7 on 30-year basis, and somehow at this point in his career, he's getting disrespected somehow. But bottom half, Gene. Number 6, Chris Jones. Number 7, Michael Parsons. Number 8, Derrick Henry, the King. Number 9, George Kittle. And 10, TJ Watt. Do you like the bottom half of the top 10?
I don't mind it. Derrick Henry being up there, and you can see what PFF did here. They didn't put it off of one season. That's why Patrick Mahomes is still listed as the top quarterback. His season last year would not be top quarterback, but they didn't do it off of one season. And if they did off of one season, it would be Saquon. But because they didn't do it off of one season, it's 100% Derrick Henry. He has been the guy for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Love that. I have no issues with anything on this list up until when you get more towards the middle, and it's nitpicky. Like, it's not something like Chris Lidstrom being 29 it's nitpicky to me. I think that's a little bit too high. But as far as the top 10, 15, I think Micah being ahead of TJ Watt. I'd probably swap those two. I'd probably put TJ Watt ahead of Micah.
Will, how you like the bottom half of the top 10?
I agree with Gene. I think TJ should be a little bit ahead of Micah. TJ is a constant performer each and every year. He's always up there in sack production, tackle production. He's always up there. So he should be higher. I also think George Kittle should be higher too. I'm a huge George Kittle fan. I think he should be a little bit higher on this list. But other than that, other than those two nitpicks, I don't have a problem with it.
Mo, talk to me, big dog.
I think it's fine. I think Gene and Will both made a great point that they're not rewarding you for, well, somebody just came off their career year. Is your career year along? Does it run along with 3 other great seasons too? Like, do you have a body of work that makes you that guy? So I'm in favor of that. So look, and when I say I don't think Myles Garrett is number one, it's not that I don't think he's a great player, because when you do it the way they do it, he has been great over the breadth of his career. So I'm fine with that.
NFL top 100, 80 through 71. And at 72, we have Sam Darnold. At 73, Mr. Christian McCaffrey with 4 games played in the NFL. Down the list, you got Bobby Wagner, old butt, 74, Patrick Queen, 75, Vita Vea, 76, T. Higgins, 77, Khalil Mack, 78, Mr. Dak. I think he played a short season too, 79. The NFL genius, talk to us, man. Talk to us.
I was defending this list. I for the first 20. I was. I got to see who's ahead of them. Let's see where this is at. Remember I said that? I said, I don't know. And then Sam Darnold there showed up at 72.
He had a spectacular
what?
season.
Why is Sam Darnold 72?
He had a spectacular season.
Okay, and he had 5 awful seasons. He was half the season away from being thrown out of the NFL.
It's a good point, because if this list is off your total career,
no, it's off of the previous year.
Not off the previous year though. It's not.
I thought it was the whole body of work. If it's the whole body of work, he shouldn't be there.
Let's keep it honest, yo. It's from the peers of the NFL players. They always rate the previous year of your body of work.
Yeah, but CMC wouldn't be in the top 100 if it was just off the previous.
They respect CMC's game. That's the problem.
Sure,
CMC, when he's healthy, he's a dog, just like Embiid. If he's there, he's a dog.
No, I understand that, but they're doing it off of previous body of work heading into the season. That's how it's ranked. They rank the top 100 players from their body of work heading into the season. Christian McCaffrey wouldn't be on this list.
No, well, they given it to him. He got hurt. He played 4 games, but he had 202 rushing yards and like 150 or 30 something receiving yards before he got injured. CMC was he was headed for one of them years.
I'm sorry. If somebody tell me if I'm
He
wrong,
wasn't. 4 games and rushing for 200 yards. That's 50 yards a game. That's not headed for one of them seasons.
But
he
you
was
he
headed
receiving too.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong about CMC, but it looks like every year he gets hurt, he has a big year after that. Am I correct in saying that?
You are so partially. I think a couple years in Carolina, he got shut down when he wasn't really hurt because they realized that they were out of contention and they wanted to protect his legs. This past year, the San Francisco 49ers were a Super Bowl favorite to going into the season, and they shut him down because he has massive Achilles problems on both his feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I honestly, it's different to me, right? It's different than pulling a hamstring or tearing an ACL when you have degenerative ligaments in your body that are just going downhill. Him being 71 through 80, they should have threw darts at the board.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner's too low. He should be higher.
He should be higher than that. Yeah, he should.
Bobby Wagner should be higher. Khalil Mack, they just threw him on there. Just throw him on there. Dak Prescott below Sam Darnold. I don't even like Dak Prescott, but I can't put Sam Darnold ahead of him.
Right.
Sam Darnold. Did we not watch the last 2 games Sam Darnold played? Did we watch the last game of the regular season where he got absolutely demolished by the Detroit Lions, and then he walked into the playoffs and the Rams had 7 sacks on him?
Mm-hmm.
No way Sam Darnold should be top 100. None.
Where's Geno? Where's Geno on this list?
Yes. Probably higher.
I'm assuming. That's what I'm
assuming. He needs to be. Geno needs to be.
Oh man, do we have any problems with anybody on this list? Will?
Dak, and I hate to say it because I don't like the Cowboys, but Dak need to be higher. He needs to be high. He needs to be ahead of Sam Darnold.
I have a problem with everybody on the list.
And he needs to be ahead of Sam Darnold. I'll tell you that. And why is what you said T. Higgins was what?
77.
Yeah, that's too low for T.
That's too low?
I think that's too low for T.
Can't wait to see the rest of this list and see who's ahead of him. Mo, how you feel about the list so far, man?
It's entertaining, man. I don't agree with it, but I think they do this stuff for us to react. And it works. Look, like I said, I'm not a Cowboy fan, but I know that Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. And I don't think it's close. So I don't understand the list. And the funny thing is, when I heard you say, where you at Khalil Mack?
Khalil Mack is at 78.
Honestly, man, and there was a time that I was big on him, but he's kind of fallen off. I hadn't heard his name till you just mentioned his name.
I will say this though: this list is good barbershop conversation. I'll say that. It's good barbershop conversation.
It's wild.
Gene.
It's wild.
I'm gonna stick with you because you're the NFL genius, and top 5 teams under pressure coming into the season. Now, I was listening to Jory and Kyle. This was Jory's list. She think the number 1 team with the most pressure heading into the season is the Falcons. Number 2 is the Ravens. Number 3 is the Dolphins. The 4 is the Colts, and number 5 is the 49ers.
The Colts are 4? Really?
Well, this is Jory.
Oh. Okay.
Jory thinks the Colts is up there under pressure this season. But Jen, what's your thoughts on this list, and give me your top 5 teams under pressure?
I have 2 of the 5 that she has. I think number 5 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's only so many. Yeah, I'll explain to you. There's only so many times that we can hear that a quarterback is generational. Trevor Lawrence we've been told is generational. I've been very high on him. It's time for the Jaguars to put up or show up. This is his 3rd head coach. He has a massive contract, a $55 million contract. Time to put up or shut up. Number 4 to me is the San Francisco 49ers. I have the 49ers 4 because, listen, we can give them an off year. CMC was hurt. We had a situation where a bunch of guys that were hurt. Okay, cool. The 49ers need to be back this year. Robert Saleh, they need to be back. So the 49ers, number 4. Number 3 to me is the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're under a ton of pressure this year.
Talk to me about these Cardinals, man. Why are they under pressure this season?
It's 3rd year Jonathan Gannon. Kyler Murray is in the big contract. Marvin Harrison Jr. after a really, really tough rookie year. I think the Cardinals need to put up or shut up. But the top two are in the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
And number
where
two,
you going?
Number two for me is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Zach Taylor would have a job if it wasn't for Joe Burrow. I really, truly believe that. And for them, like if we watch quarterback, it's a great show. I really advise you to watch quarterback. It's amazing to me. I just watched some of the games they lost that were just 38-33 and 44-38. Yeah, if I told you the Steelers scored 44 points in the game last year, would you look at me like, really? Like, I forgot that they scored 44 points in a game. Yes, it was against the Bengals. They scored 44 points in a game. But the number one team, and this should be the number one team on anyone's list, that has the most pressure this season is the Baltimore Ravens. And the Baltimore Ravens, the way they're structured, the way their offense is, the way their defense is, I can't. There's no more passes. Like, what is the reason now? I feel like, do you remember Roy Jones versus Antonio Tarver?
Yeah.
You might remember that boxing match. And Antonio Tarver should have won the fight the first time they fought. Roy Jones escaped the fight narrowly and then made a bunch of excuses in the media. And they're standing face to face in the ring with right in the middle of the ring. And Antonio Tarver turns to him and goes, "No excuses this time, Roy." And proceeds to knock him out in the second round. I feel like the Baltimore Ravens internal, like, you know, like one pride and the Eagles are fly Eagles. There should be no excuses this time. Like, that needs to be their slogan this year.
No excuses, huh?
No excuses.
No excuse, just produce, huh? Mo, who's your top five teams under pressure this season?
In no particular order, I think three of them are in the AFC North. So I'm going Bengals, and I'm going Steelers, and the Ravens have to be there. And I'll go a step further with the Ravens. I know they just gave Harbaugh a new extension. I think this is going to be his golden parachute if they come up short again in the playoffs. I think the Jaguars for sure. People have been force feeding sunshine down my throat since he's been in the league, and I ain't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I wasn't a fan of his when he was in college. I just thought
not even the season he went to the AFC Championship.
No, I thought he was more hype than substance. He hadn't proved me wrong. So I do think Jacksonville is a big year for them. I think it's a big year for Detroit. They're on my list because I know he lost all those coaches, but you're the man. You're going to be the head man, Dan Campbell, and you still got all that same talent. The expectations are that Detroit is going to be in the conference championship game again, right? Or they're going to come up short again. So I think he has pressure too.
Control, you don't know the next question. If you knew the next question, you would know why I had it. Pressure to me is different. I don't mean pressure to win the Super Bowl. I mean pressure on the team to improve or be better, which is why Arizona and Jacksonville are on my list. You'll understand why the top five are what they are when you see the next question that comes up.
Will, who's your teams under pressure this season? Top five teams.
The biggest team to me is the Ravens, the 49ers, Jacksonville. I just got a text message. Someone recommended that I say the Bills.
Bills is under pressure. I agree.
Gotta
put Josh Allen under pressure.
Appreciate you, my coworker. Appreciate you, my coworker. And then the Jags. And the Jags are just me because I'm another quarterback who's been force-fed down our throats. Sunshine is this, sunshine. No, he's not.
Yeah, I disagree with y'all. I think Sunshine
is not.
But I think he hasn't shown it yet. So I have to critique. But I still think he has it. I've always thought he has it.
You still think you got the magic?
I do. And it's just funny because we've had so many debates about this. We have. And I still see it in him. I do. But it's funny how the critique of him has been, and I'm not saying Mo didn't think this, but I didn't know anyone that was coming out of the draft outside of him that said Trevor Lawrence wouldn't be great. So now it's like Will, Mo, everybody's seen it in the future. I believe you guys, but like no one made that public to me when he was coming out. He was generational by everyone. I didn't hear anyone critique him.
We didn't know each other when he came out.
That's fair.
If we had known each other, you would have known how it felt.
I'm not, Mo, once again, I'm not disagreeing with you, but like it's crazy to me how the narrative changed now. And I'm not saying you weren't, but like you hear it from everyone. I never thought he was like, I didn't hear anyone. There was one guy that I heard say he wasn't going to be great. I still think he could be great. I think the situation he was dropped into a poverty franchise, and I talk about this all the time. Joe Burrow is so elite that he takes a poverty franchise and makes himself good. In the same words, I think that Bryce Young was dropped into a poverty franchise. Mm-hmm. I think Trevor Lawrence was dropped into a poverty franchise. I think you look at these quarterbacks, the Jets are a poverty franchise. Geno Smith leaves the Jets, he's a better quarterback. Sam Darnold leaves the Jets, he's a better quarterback. You can walk into a Justin Fields, perfect example. He's going to leave the Bears and go to the Jets, and I think he'll be good this year. Franchises destroy quarterbacks. This kid walked in, had Urban Meyer for 11 games, who was awful. Then had Doug Peterson. They go to the AFC divisional game, not the championship game, divisional game. The next year he's hurt. They were 9-3 or they were like 7-2, whatever they were. He got hurt and he kept trying to play through it. I think he has it. But this is like one of the last chances you're going to see if he has it.
Do you think he makes that jump with Brian Thomas, Travis Etienne? Do you think he makes that leap this year, Gene?
I don't know if I believe in Liam Cohen, but he better. He better, because I believe that Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, like they have starting to build pieces around him. I wish they would build up that offensive line. They consistently keep screwing that up. Like, in order for quarterbacks to be great, they need protection. And I feel like he's never really had it. You had the biggest turnstile left tackle. I talk about him all the time in Cam Robinson. Every time I'd see that man touch the field, I know a quarterback's going to get beat up. I don't know how the Texans replaced Laramie Tunsil with Cam Robinson. I just don't understand how that's a thing. He went from the Jaguars, where he was terrible, to the Vikings, and then Sam Darnold had 7 sacks on him in a playoff game. Now he's going to be the left tackle for C.J. Stroud. He's got to have blackmail information on someone. That guy stinks.
Kind of like Dan Sorensen, huh? You don't know how the heck he stayed in the league all that long. You had to have something on somebody.
Switching gears. Damian Lillard. Dame Dollar has returned to Portland, man, to finish his career, man, because we all know he ain't going nowhere after that. 3 years. Did Dame give up on winning championships, man? You like, now is he just chasing Blazer greatness, man? Like, how do you like Dame returning to Portland?
I think that's okay. He's on the other side of his prime. He had his most individual success, most acclaim as a member of the Blazers. I think for him, it's a smart move. And yeah, look, no, they're not going to contend for a title in the final years of Damian Lillard. They're not. I think it's interesting that he goes back to Portland. They traded Drew Holiday to Portland for Damian Lillard. Then they bought him out. And then they turned back around in another trade. Portland's got Drew Holiday back there again. And now Damian Lillard and Drew Holiday are in the same backcourt, like this weird 6 degrees of separation. Now they're backcourt mates. And now you have the oldest back. I'm not being mean. I'm being honest. It is the oldest backcourt in the NBA, and I'm not rooting against them. I am not. I hope they both can get healthy and play well together. But is Portland going to contend? No, they're not going to contend. But it's a nice wrap up to the end of his career. He goes back to where it all started, where he had his most success. I'm good with it, but it doesn't impact the Western Conference in any way at all. No, it doesn't.
This is not a misconception, by the way, Cottrell. He's not leaving Portland. I don't care if it's a 1-year deal. He put a no trade clause and then went out there and said, I don't want to leave my family. It felt right being in Portland, blah, 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 blah. It's not a 1-year deal. It could be a 1-year deal in your mind, but
it's a 3-year deal. The Bulls 35, man. He's cooked that. You know what I'm saying? But Will, Dame going back to Portland. How you feel?
I don't have a problem with it per se. He's going home to be at family in a rehab, and I don't have a problem with that at all. At some point, you have to see the writings in the rafters, so to speak. It's going to be hard for him to come back at a good to be a good player from injury like that at his age. So he's going home, finish up this career. Maybe he lands with another team after this 1-year deal is over. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Gene, I got something different for you, man. Luka going out and recruiting Marcus Smart for the Lakers. How we like this pickup?
I think it's a great pickup for the Lakers. I think that Marcus Smart, you're getting him for free. You're getting a former DPOY for nothing. I think it's a perfect situation to have a guard that can primarily defend. He can shoot the three when wide open. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he can knock him down and he brings toughness to your team. And a team that severely lacks toughness, he brings toughness. I love the pickup. I think it's a great pickup. And he's not going to be the primary ball handler. The one argument I had about Marcus Smart playing point guard was he's not a great ball handler. You have Luka and LeBron. So you're fine. He's still a good passer. He's a very good teammate. He's a great defender. I love it. Love it.
Will, how you like this pickup?
It's a good pickup, but with all being said, in my opinion, it still doesn't make the Lakers title contenders. It's a good move. It's a good pickup because that team does need toughness.
Don't make them contenders, man.
No, that team does need that. No, that team does need toughness. That team does need to defend, particularly with Luka not being able to be a defensive player, and LeBron only playing defense every 3 freaking times up the court. But they do need that defensive toughness. I think it's a good move, but
hey, you don't forget Ayton and Smart.
All being said, no.
They've been to the big game already, man. They've been to the finals.
No.
They know what it feels like.
No.
Here, I'll say something for you, Carmike.
No.
Carmike, I'll say something for you because I know you want to hear it. I think that this move, and if they can get anything out of DeAndre Ayton, which I don't think they will, but I think this move puts them a lot closer to title contenders than a lot of people would like to admit.
You see what I'm saying? Dayton has been there. He can prove he can, you know what I mean, show up and help a team.
No.
Talk to me about Marcus Smart getting picked up by the Lakers, man.
I think the Lakers offseason, the story of their offseason is going to be low risk, high reward. That's going to be the story of their offseason, right? The Ayton move is low risk, high reward. You're not asking Ayton to be your second or your third, maybe your fourth best player at best, which he can do that. Getting Marcus Smart, if Marcus Smart can remain healthy, do I think he's going to be Marcus Smart, a DPOY candidate? No, he's not. But can he defend at a high level still? And G brought up the toughness. He's one of those kind of guys. He's a dog. He gets after, takes charges like Kyle Lowry. You need a guy like that on your team that can kind of rev up your locker room when things are down. So I love him even more for the locker room than what he can do on the floor. I think Marcus Smart to me is a more important pickup than Ayton is, even though I still think it's low risk. I think he's a character guy and unique character guys around guys like LeBron and Luka. So it's a big pickup. I think to me the Lakers are legitimate playoff contenders. I don't know if it makes them one of the teams that can come out of the Western Conference, but he makes them closer to it. I think that's how big a deal he is to me because of what he gives you in terms of the locker room and the leadership. So I love Marcus Smart on the Lakers.
So here we go. I'm going to go Mo Gene and then Will. Shaq has said he would have won 3 with T-Mac. I agree with that, because T-Mac and Kobe kind of similar play styles. You know, one just 2 inches taller.
You
can say that.
2 with Vince. I don't know. Vince ain't really, but Steph, I don't think so because Shaq wouldn't be touching the ball as much in the era of it wasn't really a 3-point shooting. But Mo, talk to me about Shaq comments about T-Mac, Vince, and Steph.
I think when Shaq said what he said about how great Kobe is and how he thought Kobe should be in the top 5 all time, I don't even mind that, but he should have shut up after that and never talk about Kobe again. But he can't shut up. He can't help himself. He can't shut up. I would have won 3 for sure with T-Mac. How the hell do you know that? T-Mac's not Kobe.
Bro, T-Mac was cold.
He was cold, but he certainly wasn't mentally. He wasn't the dog Kobe was. How could you know that? There's no. What do you mean,
he scored what? What was it? 13 in like seconds.
Was that in a playoff game or a regular season game?
He was cold.
It was a regular. A lot of guys are cold in the regular season. T-Mac's one of the coldest in the regular season. So is James Harden. So I don't understand that dumb comment. And you're not winning any titles with Vince Carter as your second best player. So that's just pure fiction. But to make the leap and say, with Steph, I would have won 6. One of the dumbest comments he's made a lot of dumb comments. Because remember, you're not playing in his era. Steph would have been playing in their era.
Mm-hmm.
He's a completely different player in that era because he can get manhandled in that era. He's not playing with the same kind of space. No in hell they win 6 titles. I don't even know if they win any titles, but they're not winning 6 for sure. That's a dumb comment. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. When you can put your forearm into somebody's waist and guide them, it negates the whole idea of their handle and completely different basketball. If Steph plays then, matter of fact, I'll go a step further. Switch Steph out for Kobe. The year they played the Sixers, Shaq would still get his numbers. He would still maul Mutombo. But Kobe wouldn't have been there to get 25. Not with Snow and Lynch and them mauling Steph. They lose that series.
Gene, how you feel about Shaq comments?
I think that Shaq is one of those guys that needs to tell you how great he is. And it bothers me so much because, like, I think he's talked Kobe up so much, which I think he should, and I understand completely, that he feels like people are starting to downplay how dominant he was. So by him saying him and Curry would have had 6, he's basically saying that I was just better than Kobe. And he's not saying it in the same realm. What he's saying it is like, well, if I used to draw 3 people, so I would get Curry so many wide open threes. We're not going to leave Curry wide open for 3. We'd rather you dunk for 2. And I think that he was trying to make it like, I'm so dominant, I could have got all these people championship rings. And in reality, I think that he's trying to allude to how great he is. People have this thing about them that they have to talk about themselves and how great they are. When they see a list comes out where Shaq is 8 or 9 instead of 5 or 6 or 3 where he thinks he belongs, he has to go out there and discredit that list. I think that's the problem here.
That is what it comes down to. What Gene said. This is about Shaq. This is not about anybody else but Shaq. Shaq is still upset because whenever somebody talks about the greatest player of all time, you know who's not in that conversation? Shaquille O'Neal. Not in that conversation. Yep. That's what it's all about. He that bothers him to this day. And I get that. Look, what I'll say about Shaq is this. Outside of the three-peat, where you can say that was the most dominant player you've ever seen in the history of basketball, what did he do outside of that three-peat?
Mo, I've heard you say this multiple times. I want to respond to this. I think that Shaquille O'Neal for the Miami Heat was the best player on that team until they got to the finals. That was Dwayne Wade's coming out party in the finals. But if you look at what he did during the regular season and during that playoff run, I think he averaged like 28 and 15 during the playoff run. I get it, right? In the finals was Wade. It was all Wade. I follow, but we can't say that he wasn't great for Miami. He was great for Miami.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. The year that people swore that Steve Nash stole the MVP from him, he wasn't even the leading scorer. Wade was. No, he wasn't. He is one of the he is the Mike Tyson of basketball.
Oh man!
So
somebody clip that, please.
So overrated.
Will, let's get your take on this, man.
Somebody clip that. My goodness.
Vince and Steph pairing up with Shaq.
First of all, my issue, and I've heard other shows talk about this. The disrespect for T-Mac is just insane. That's the first thing. He's one of my favorite players. I love T-Mac back in the day. I think he would have won one with Shaq. I don't think he would have won 3, but I think he would have won 1. And in terms of the Steph Curry thing, and Mo is correct, we're going back to Shaq's era of basketball, not this softer era of basketball. Defense was a little bit better then than it is now. No, I don't think that Steph and Shaq would have won a championship because the defense would have been on it like no other. Because defense back then was a bit harder than this softer NBA.
You know what people say? I'll say this. Anybody, and this for anybody in the chat, anybody that goes, hand checking is so overblown, or then you've never played.
Yep.
If you've never played with hand checking, then you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I have. If you've never played it, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I just want to know
in this current NBA where there's all this freedom of movement and body and stuff like that.
Oh, you gotta let the player land when they shoot the shot.
Right. But in the 90s, you could literally reroute somebody with your forearm, and that is not a foul. That is part of the game. It is a completely different basketball game. I've said this 1,000 times because it's true. In the 90s, Steph would absolutely be the same shooter that he is in this era, but he wouldn't be the same player. He wouldn't be a 2-time MVP. He wouldn't be an MVP. He would not be the same player.
I'm just amazed.
There were some great shooters back in the day, but the simple fact that it was hand checking and you can really body them up, it was hard for them to get off a lot of 3 shots without a Jordan or somebody to open them up, which is why Paxson and Steve Kerr had major shots in key games because other people was drawing attention. Jordan in there getting clotheslined by 3 people and he can kick it out real quick. But it's just it's a matter of error when it comes.
I just want to know where the disrespect for Tracy McGrady come from. That's what I want to know.
What's crazy is people act like
that's what I want to know.
Before the 3 was there, Jerry West was shooting in long range.
He was.
Mo, before when Shaq was in Miami, I'm just going to ask you this question. Who was the team to beat in the Eastern Conference?
To beat in the Eastern Conference?
Yes, who was the team to beat in the Eastern Conference?
I guess.
No, incorrect.
I think it would have been the Pistons.
It was the Pistons.
It should have been the Pistons.
The Pistons beat them in 7 his first year there in 2005.
I know that.
2006 in an elimination game. In a game 6, Shaquille O'Neal had 28 points, 15 rebounds, 5 block shots, and they took him to the NBA Finals in that game. Shaquille O'Neal in the NBA Finals versus Dallas was defended completely differently, and it was nowhere near as dominant as Dwayne Wade was. And I completely agree with that. But we cannot just pretend he wasn't a good player.
He wasn't defended differently. Like, well, they double checked. They didn't double him. He was single covered. They
denied him the basketball.
No, he was easy to cover.
Who was guarding? Eric Dampier?
Right. The same guy that Shaq said, the day Eric Dampier can guard me, I retire. But he didn't retire. He should have retired, but he didn't retire. Eric Dampier. Single covered Shaquille O'Neal. I look, Shaq got 4 titles, but if you're going to give him credit for how dominant he was in the finals when they won those 3-peats, then you give Wade credit for carrying his big ass in that final because that's what he did.
He did. Wade carried them in the finals. I'm not disagreeing with that.
So when people go bus driver and bus rider, Shaq was a rider.
Not in the Eastern Conference Finals, he wasn't.
What did he average in the Eastern Conference Finals for the whole series? Did he average 28 points a game in the series?
Yes, he did.
He averaged 28 for the series.
No, not 28. You said 20 points.
No, I said, did he average 28 for the series?
He averaged, no, not 28. He had 28, 19, 21, 27, 21, and 15.
Right.
So those 25-ish?
Right. So if you're Ben Wallace, job done. Job done. that means he controlled him. Job done. By the way, if you go look at his numbers in the finals when the Pistons completely destroyed my Lakers, and I own it, Shaq's numbers would probably be similar to what you just described. His numbers look good, but he had no impact on the series.
34, 29, 14, 36, 20.
Right. 20 points in a game. It's a closeout game. You got to fight for your life in that game. You know what he did? He led them to a 20-point blowout.
He also had 36. He also had 36 and 20 in game 4, in which they lost by 8 points. So,
show up one game. I need him to show up more than one game.
Real quick, man, before we head out, I'm gonna start with you, Will. With the speculation going around the league, Giannis could be in a blockbuster trade heading to Atlanta. How do you like that?
No. I like him right where I like him right where he is. I don't want to see him, and I live in Georgia. I don't want to see him as a Hawks fan. I don't like this front office. I don't like this organization. Keep him where he is.
If I'm Giannis,
you don't like Trey and Giannis?
No, I don't like. No, I don't. I'm not a fan of Trey.
Dang.
Well, I'm not a fan of Trey Young.
Well, you out of your mind?
I'm not a fan of Trey Young, and I'm not a fan of this organization.
If I was the Atlanta Hawks and then Giannis responsibility, I would give up my entire I would give up my fan base. I'd give up the stadium. I'd give up my entire roster. Are you serious?
I don't like. I don't like. Yeah. Yes, I am a Bulls fan. By the way, yes, I am a Bulls fan. I don't like the way. Other than that 1 year when you had it when the Hawks played the 76ers.
I'm not talking about Trey Young. I'm talking about Giannis.
I don't like the organization.
Oh, if I'm in Atlanta, I'm doing everything in my power. I'll trade everybody to get Giannis.
I don't think
everybody.
I don't think
everybody.
I need the whole roster. I would start over.
And what's going to end up happening? What's going to end up happening? He's going to be in the same place he is now, getting to the first round of the playoffs and getting
kicked. We have young guys on the team in Milwaukee. They have a bunch of old men.
Giannis is only 30, so he turned 31 in December.
Turned 31 this year, right?
Yeah.
By the way, you had me do some homework today. I did my homework, and now you.
I did mine too. I
I guess the way it's tomorrow, Carmike. You better not.
I did mine too. I got mine right here.
Oh no, we gonna get to that, but man, some of these topics ran over. You know what I'm saying? So
tomorrow,
we'll get to tomorrow, then, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I did my homework, man. I was ready.
I did mine too, man. I better get an A, damn it.
Yeah, we.
I even told the listeners, I'm like, be prepared for the next topic because I'm ready for my coaches.
I'm ready, doggone it.
But we'll do it tomorrow. It's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have to because y'all got a little passion with some of these topics, man. But
we did because Mo don't like Shaq.
Oh, here it goes.
He don't like Miami Shaq. Lakers Shaq was like that.
I did like Lakers Shaq fine. Look, I like Shaq more than you like Bill Russell.
That's fair. That's fair point. It's fair point. It's not that I don't like Bill Russell. I think so I'm the same way you are with you said Shaquille O'Neal's Mike Tyson. I think Bill Russell's Mike Tyson. Just super overrated. Like the legend is more than the product. And Mike Tyson is the most overrated boxer ever. And if you don't believe he's the most overrated boxer, name 3 people he beat. I'll wait.
Facts.
Name 3 people he beat. Good fighter. And what you're going to do is you're going to come up with a 48-year-old Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, and who?
Didn't he fight everybody who was
and then lost to Buster Douglas
at that time?
He fought no one. He beat
there wasn't no one back then.
He beat Michael Spinks twice. He beat a 48-year-old Larry Holmes and Andrew Galata. Who did he beat?
And then lost to Buster Douglas.
Sorry, this is me.
He didn't lose. He got the brakes beat off of
him. Ladies and gentlemen, we coming up to that time of the hour, and it was great with all 3 of you guys. I love you guys. Will, you got any closing remarks for our people?
Yes, please come on, join us for the Sports Report podcast tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on Water Wire Sports. I'll see you guys tonight.
NFL GENEius, what you got for us closing?
I'm going to be making sure I check out the Sports Report tonight, and I will be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully, it's a really rough day for me tomorrow. So if you do not see me, it is the anniversary of my dad's passing. So I take the day off from work. I try to go down to the river. I'm probably going to take a long walk tomorrow morning. But if I'm not 100% or if I'm not on my A game, you'll know why. I just want to, why I'm here. I want to give my flowers to the best man I've ever met in my entire life, my father.
Much
I
respect,
miss
man.
you every day,
Condolences to your father, good brother.
Much
But I'm
respect.
gonna have
Respect,
some
brother.
homework for you this evening. Yeah. We're gonna go over the topics that I gave you tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, if you mow better, you do better. Close it out, big dog.
Hey, thank you guys so much for joining us. Chat, we appreciate you. Make sure you check out all the great content we have at Wire to Wire Network. Wire to Wire Network, we appreciate you guys.